I was saying
If you like that, then just give me $100,000 now, please.
what I'm saying is, if she wants to do a social community-based project, she could consider
That's cool.
donations.
If she's not for profit.
Here's a question I can ask Taylor though first.
Right.
And actually, let me first preface kind of something that happens in the real world. When you're an amazing institution, a health and wellness institution or a hospital, people will fly all over the nation to come to you. So I don't think it's only local.
When you're what? When you're what?
When you're a well-renowned hospital, like a cancer hospital, right?
Are they a
People will
well-renowned hospital right now?
They will be though. You have visions to be one of the biggest ones.
We will be,
So
and our
saying-
research says that people are willing to travel, like with some of the other centers, they travel up to an hour to get there one way.
The places that have been used like
Yes,
before?
yes.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, we can't assume that just because you're starting small doesn't mean that one day you will be renowned. You have to think with the end in mind, meaning you're going to be like the Anthony Robbins of health and wellness.
Absolutely we
The
are.
female
That's
version.
it,
Yeah.
that's it,
So-
that's it, that's it, absolutely.
So what other rewards, like based on what you said, I think there's other rewards that you might be able to offer. So even if someone can't fly to you, you said the beginning of identifying if someone is depressed or all these modalities is a consultation. That's a reward. You can be able to give them a phone consultation. That's a reward. And in your model, is there any kind of service that you can provide over the phone, or is it only face-to-face? Like,
Right now, it's just really face-to-face.
So it's just face-to-face.
Yes, it is face-to-face. We're working with a company, and we're trying to work out all the details, where they have a tool that actually is a technological tool that you can actually go on and answer some questions, and it tells you where you are from a depression state of mind. But we don't have all the details worked out with them.
Did you take the test?
I did.
How depressed are you?
I'm great now. However, I did suffer with depression for many years.
Before you took the test or after you took the test?
I'm great now.
No, but I'm asking, okay.
I'm great now, but I have suffered with depression in the past.
So let me ask you a question. So if somebody were to visit, like, who is a typical customer? Tell me an archetype of your customer. Is it somebody who can pay to your price point that you're thinking about? Just talk
Yes,
to
okay.
me about your unit
Okay,
economics.
so a customer could be a 42-year-old mother of two, and perhaps she was diagnosed with cancer, and as a result of the cancer, she was put on a lot of pain medicine. And when she was taken off the pain medicine, then she suffered by really becoming very, very depressed, because when you're going through withdrawals, there's certain things that happen, and so she may be a candidate for us, or it could be another person who is. It could be a gentleman who is 35 years old, and he's going through some things, and he may be depressed, and he may have started drinking or smoking or doing a combination of the two, and so he may be a candidate as well. It could be someone who has been taking drugs for some time, and now they want to get off drugs because they realize that their children want them at home. There are many different audiences that we're going after, but we're really going after the person who really wants to get back to their family. We're all about the wellness of the family and coming back home.
So, Alvin and Manuel, correct me if I'm wrong. So, if you want to connect to, from an investor standpoint, who want to contribute to this project, who do you think would be more, I would say, committed to, contributing to this project? I mean, is it like a donation based or is it a reward based?
To me, a lot of times in rewards, right? People have the option to give a contribution and not ask for a reward. So rewards based really is, I consider rewards based donation based it's both the same, because typically someone who doesn't want a reward can just give money without asking for a reward. There's that option on Kickstarter. But what I would say is, you may want to find other individuals who are in this same industry, who are trying to help people in similar ways, and really tell them what you're doing, and kind of share with them, provide the token of value that crowdfunding is even out there, and it might be able to help their organizations one day too. The way you would build your crowd is similar to how I'm building my crowd. Is I'm informing people what crowdfunding is, and that's the token of value that I provide. At the end of every moment where you give a token of value, you need to convert that conversation into a contact. That's just basic networking. So if I were in your field, I would try to find other health and wellness organizations, whether it's screening companies where you go to get your blood work done, whether it's maybe even the unemployment. There's probably a lot of depressed people in the unemployment line. You know, you want to go where people are suffering. In other organizations that help people are suffering, you can go there to really say, this is what our service is. We want to tell you that maybe you could use crowdfunding in what you're doing eventually, but we are going to use that for us. And we love to just build a relationship where perhaps we have a relationship after we're established as well.
Okay.
So not only are you building your crowd, but you might be building service offerings, like where your services could potentially be referred from.
Absolutely.
Someone there might say, you know what, health and well, you know, you have a great track record. You've done it. It's a proven model based on other people's work.
Absolutely.
Send your people to my company, meaning your company, and now you're helping other people too. So it's building in the crowd that you're going to ultimately ask for money for, but it's also building your business on where you can get clients from.
Okay.
Your clients and your customers and your funders are probably going to be coming from a very similar location. So I would say that's a good way to go about what you're doing. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with that.
I totally agree, but I'm thinking like, you know, I'm still thinking back to like, you know, for this kind of a project, I think a donation-based would be better, followed by a reward. I mean, because you also have to think like, you know, from investor standpoint, like, you know, what would make more sense.
If anybody shows me
Right.
a for-profit business that did a successful donation campaign, I will say maybe. Until I see that, I'm going to say no way no.
So your decision is rewards. Reward and
Well,
equity.
to do a donation campaign, I guess when you guys say donation campaign, you mean that the actual company has to be a 501c3, right? Because that's the only donation campaigns there are, right?
They don't technically have to be,
Yeah.
but donations is about a cause that so many people are willing to back, right? Feed hungry children in Africa. Books for...
You don't think stopping depression is a cause?
That is
That
a
is
cause.
a
She
cause.
has a
That
cause.
is a huge cause.
That's a huge
It's a
cause.
social good cause.
Okay,
It's a social
huge
good
cause.
business.
It's a huge cause.
Social good.
So, if you were doing it as a non-profit, then yes. Since you're profiting from providing the service, it can be a donation.
Well, I mean, even if it's a non-profit, it doesn't mean that, like, you know, they can. A non-profit has got a double goal.
So here's where I would break. This is the only disclosure I would say. If you can justify financially, right? If you can give financial justification why this would be a great, and not sell it to me, but sell it to people who would donate to you. If you can sell to them financial justification why it's required for you to run donation and there's no other way to do this, sure.
Yes, because years ago, the average age for the onset of depression was 27 years. Now it's 14 years old. So our children
It has
are
nothing to do
suffering
with you
depression.
selling me.
So I'm not trying
saying
to sell you.
You're
I'm
just
just
selling
telling
them.
you.
Selling them.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you that this is a national epidemic, and there is an opportunity for us to save the lives of people, and our children's lives are at stake. So I'm not sure what universe you're living in, but I see all these people out here who have car rage, and they have this rage, and they have that rage, and they have that rage, and you better believe that that's based on depression.
This is going to be your Kickstarter video, and you're going to raise millions.
Thank you.
All right, that was the call to action
Thank
right there.
Thank you.
Usually,
I disagree.
no.
Disagree all you want.
No, I love your passion. I do love your passion. I do love
Disagree
your
all you
passion.
want. People
But
are committing suicide on a
I
daily
love your
basis, and our
passion.
children are
I
committing
love your
suicide.
passion. I love your passion. Passion alone, without understanding the system, how to navigate it.
So we're
It's
going to donate money back to organizations that actually help alleviate or ameliorate depression among young people, because that's really our goal.
So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this. Hang on one second.
I want to clarify for the people on the show.
1 second.
Okay.
So you're saying you're going to donate the money that they give you to somebody else?
We're going to donate some money from our profits to organizations that actually help eliminate depression among our children.
So you're going to commit 2%, 1%, doesn't matter what it is.
We're going to commit a percentage.
A percentage
of our
of your earnings.
Yes.
For how long? To these specific entities, whatever they are.
Ad infinitum.
Okay.
I think the more details
Okay,
need
no,
to be
that,
worked
you
out.
know what?
Yeah,
Now
let-
that's
let-
making
let me-
more sense.
let-
then,
let me
right?
just clarify one
So,
thing.
and that also means that those organizations should have a full. I mean, you should have their full-on support, and they should be promoting you. They should be promoting your campaign, and that makes all that much more sense. Now, how much of this have you tested? How many conversations have you already had with those companies, with those institutions, with those whatchamacallit?
Absolutely, and just to clarify, because right now you're just being introduced to crowdfunding. This is just a brainstorming session. We're not. She isn't necessarily ready to do this right now. We're just introducing her.
But you should be telling people she's going to go and raise millions of dollars in Kickstarter.
No, but she can though eventually. If she plans accordingly, you can. You're in the crowdfunding discovery stage. Like, what is crowdfunding? But that's a good question. Based on where you are right now in your business, aside from crowdfunding, have you had discussions with organizations who are excited about what you're doing?
Yes, I have.
And have you gotten verbal or written commitments that they would like to use your product or service?
We don't have, okay, so in terms of getting written commitments that they will use our products and services, we're saying that they would be, that they would benefit from our products and services being used. So, so that's the first step for us to serve the populace and then donate a percentage of our portions to those organizations. So from a marketing standpoint, they would be happy to co-market us because of that. Yes.
That's great. That's actually really good, because now like as we talk more, we're getting more information. Like, teaming up with these type of organizations like you're going to do, your crowd expands exponentially.
Yes.
I mean, what is one of the large organizations that you've spoken with, like a well-known one, or?
We've spoken with, and our stuff is not like spending a lot of time with legal right now in terms of getting all of our documents down and everything. So we have talked to an organization that actually helps build self-esteem among girls. And so that building self-esteem helps to reduce depression. So that's one of the organizations that we're talking to, and it's headed by a celebrity spokesperson, somebody who worked at a radio station before, who like was a well-known celebrity at a radio station. So that's one of the things that we're doing. However, my background is in marketing, and so I've been an executive at several different marketing companies, and so I know how to really develop strong strategic alliances that work for the other company and work for us based on our value system and what we're delivering. And I know how to do marketing research and testing and all of those types of things. So we have all those tools that are being put in place now, so that we will actually pre-sale memberships to the facility. So people will actually be able to understand and see how we're growing by us pre-selling memberships before we actually even
So
open.
if you're,
Membership
especially if
is a
you're
reward.
pre-selling.
Membership is a reward as well.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think Alvin, one thing is like if you're selling a pre-sale, I think the donation campaign followed by a rewards campaign might be a good option. What do you say, Alvin? Because there is a pre-sale going on here, right?
Donation rewards, in my opinion, is the same thing. In my opinion, because people can donate
You're
to
gonna
a
make me
rewards
bleed.
campaign.
You're gonna make my
People
brain
can donate
bleed
to a
right now.
rewards campaign. They can enter $5,000 and say, I do not want a reward. In a Kickstarter campaign, you can do that right now. When you say donation reward, I think that's the same thing. I mean, yeah, you could technically say one's just 100% donation, one's 100% reward, but in a rewards campaign, I donate $1 all the time, and at the dollar tier, a lot of people don't offer rewards.
I mean,
I just donate the dollar.
But the thing that, from a donation standpoint, people are not expecting anything in return. Whereas
Yes,
in a reward
yes.
standpoint, people are expecting something out of it, right? So
Absolutely.
there's that subtle difference that we need to figure out.
Yes, I
And
agree.
Albin, I mean, if you have anything that you want to mix it up.
Albert, I think, could benefit from your services. I'm just joking.
There is a certain amount of range here.
Customer number one.
I'm telling you. And I taught at the university level, and I've seen my students come in, and they have talked to me, and some of them have been depressed so much that they thought about committing suicide. And to have a person who is a young person tell you that that was one of the things that they were considering, and someone even told me that as recent as last week. This is something that needs to be helped. And this is an opportunity for us to do something to help people.
I just, so here's my issue. I would say from beginning, the issue is, to start with, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. Because no, I will point finger at you.
Yes.
Because that's not even fair. She didn't think about crowdfunding prior to this conversation. So you're just trying to jam things into crowdfunding. And I don't think that every type of business is right for crowdfunding. I think that
However, I have done research, and it showed me that
Okay.
there was a depression initiative
Okay.
that was
Okay. I'm
crowdfunded
not-
and was very successful.
not disagreeing with you.
And I have been to
So
different
do you-
functions
do you-
where they
do you
had done
think-
crowdfunding
okay,
before.
okay.
However, do I know everything about crowdfunding? No, I do not.
This,
Absolutely.
this
What
is
do
more
you
of a
use?
consultation if you think about it. What we're doing for you right now is we're consulting you. We're trying, like, this is kind of how a consultation works. You introduce crowdfunding to someone who doesn't know it, and you're consulting them on potentially how they might be able to use it. You know that you're not going to start a campaign a week from now because there's a hell of a lot of work.
Right, yeah.
But now you have the seed planted, and this is what I think an earlier discussion that we had is good to do with people, right? Like, this is how you plant the seed of people who don't know about crowdfunding, and you say, well, like, you can do it for equity crowdfunding, you can do it for whatever crowdfunding. You consult with them to determine what's the best crowdfunding for you. And next thing you know, you're getting more deals in the pipeline. in the
if you
crowdfunding.
choose to do crowdfunding.
Funding.
Yes.
If you choose, but I'm not. All I'm saying is it's not solution for every problem. It's a solution for a very specific set of problems. And even when you start dissecting those, it gets complicated. But I think jamming anything into crowdfunding, it's really going to hurt crowdfunding as a whole.
Because as an alternative, you have to also tell what other alternatives she is coming, right? If you're not doing